Howdy y'all, Fuzzy Biker here at Baxter Cycle in the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa. Look what we got today. This is a real special one. What is it? It's a Royal Enfield Hunter 350 GT. Have you guys seen one of these yet? It's quite a machine. This is another one of those Baxter Cycle custom jobbies. It's got an MK design fairing on it, bar end mirrors, this tail kit, special seat, different subframe. That was a big thing. Tail tidy. Can you see the tail light at all? Let me turn that on for y'all. That's kind of cool. There it is. There it is. And there are the four ways. Can you see them flashing there? Let's take that hot rod for a ride. Wahoo! I think we're sporting a stock exhaust on this. Check out that Meteor exhaust pipe alley. Hot rod, hot rod. Let's see what we can do with this hot rod, huh? How does it do on our little test right here? Sand and gravel everywhere, of course. I think this is a 53.9 inch wheelbase. This little Hunter GT is really something else. Oh, the mirrors are interesting. We'll have to look at the color of that. You'll see that when you get there. I'll put the wheelbase for this hot rod down below. Turns like a dream. Very interesting seat. The seat is flat as a board. We'll get a look at that when we get back to we'll go down to Motorcycle Park. Very nice. I love the way it sits. You're leaning forward quite a bit. I think the seat is taller than stock. I think stock was 31.1 or about 800 millimeters. It's got the tail cone on the back. The seat is flat as a board, but I don't feel any hot spots yet. But I don't feel much padding either, so take a long ride to figure that one out, I think. Welcome to South Marnie. This little hot rod has a 349cc single overhead cam, single cylinder, 2 valves per cylinder. Puts out about 20 horsepower, about 20 foot-pounds of torque, about 27 newton meters. Has a 5-speed transmission. Look at how this turns. You know, the mirrors work really well. I like it. 300 millimeter disc on the front with a dual piston bi-brake caliper. On the rear it's I believe these are a 270 with a single piston bi-brake. Braking is good. We're going to stop because there's a car coming. Pulls away good. I like the way these feel. The Hunter is the sportiest of the 350s that Royal Enfield makes. And this GT version is, well, it's extra sporty. I love this thing. We're getting it warmed up now. It's starting to get some go in it here. Do a little hill spin test right here. Check that out. Check that out. Nothing does it like a Hunter. Next time you're in Marnie, Iowa, get yourself over here to the Derailed Grill right there. Make sure you try their Wahoo burger. Runs like a dream. Runs like a dream. That little fairing is something else. It goes really well with these mirrors. I like that. You know what? Let's go out. We'll take this out on the highway for a minute. The seat is very interesting. It's a long seat, so there's plenty of room to go forward and backwards. And that's what you want in a bike like this. It's got a tail cone on it, so there's really no room for a passenger at all. They had to put a different subframe on the back, and that came with part of the package, I think, that they got. This little hot rod has a 5-speed transmission. Oh, I just love these bikes. Brakes work excellent, excellent, excellent. Look at that. Turns like a dream, turns like a dream. Welcome to Marnie, it says. Beautiful, beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that neat? So I call this the Oculus. Analog speedometer on the outside. 1.5 wide LCD right through the middle with all your other information right there. So easy to spot. Everything's in one place. Don't have to go hunting around the dash. There's a digital fuel gauge across the top, a gear indicator on the right center, clock on the left center, and then down below is the odometer with a trip 1 and trip 2 that are controlled with this information button over here. If you're in the market for a new or used Royal Enfield, Triumph, classic British bike of any type, get yourself down here to Baxter Cycle in Marnie, Iowa, or go to baxtercycle.com. Tell them Fuzzy Biker sent you. Let's do a quick spin here. Look at this. Like a dream. Look how well this handles. Isn't that something? Superb. Superb. I call the stock bike the Hunterceptor. This one's the Hunter GT. Hey, there is Motorcycle Park. Let's run down there and we'll get the other camera out and take a little look at this hot rod. See what all she's got. The big surprise, and it really shouldn't have been a surprise, about this whole bike is the way you feel when you're sitting on top of it and the actual amount of control you have over the motorcycle. You are higher up on the seat. You're leaning over the bars more. You feel like you're in more direct contact. You have more control over the steering. When I went over the yard right here, this grassy area, bumpy roads, I felt like I had just absolute control over the motorcycle. Very firm on the front tire. Perfection, perfection. I like what they've done with that. As I did not expect that. I thought this was going to be a exercise in cosmetics, but that's a plus, a bonus. Isn't that just gorgeous? Just look at that hot rod. So the bike itself, a little bit more about this thing. I already talked about the engine and the brakes. It has a 4-gallon gas tank, a 53.9-inch wheelbase. That's 1,369 millimeters. Wet weight is supposed to be about 400 pounds. Or about 181 kilograms, and that's wet weight. Now this one probably weighs less, and if it were mine, I think I'd put a pipe on it. I'd take off a few more pounds. It's got a 110/70/17 on the front. That's very important because it helps handling a lot. And on the rear, it's a 140/70/17, and these are tubeless tires on mags. Isn't that just gorgeous? I love the way they look. All blacked out, just beautiful. Well done, well done. The add-ons, we talked about that a little bit. I think this whole kit came from MK Design, and that was this fairing, quarter fairing on the front, these mirrors, the seat kit, yeah, there's MK Design right there, and the tail cone that came with this assembly, and then a tail tidy. Baxter Cycle is the dealer for MK Design in the United States. If you're interested in something like this, go to baxtercycle.com. Get a hold of Jeremy, maybe. They can help you out. Just a really good looking package, isn't it? You know, the way a bike feels and sounds goes a long way into what it does or how well you enjoy riding it. And I think they've really done a bang-up job with this one. These are my Royal Enfield Alpine Star gloves. You know, I love these gloves. They're a little warm today, believe it or not. They're good between about 45 and 70. We're just a little over 70 right now. So I also have this wonderful, I think it's called a Nervik, Royal Enfield Nervik jacket on. And I've got all the vents open today. And I'm okay right now. If it was 10 degrees warmer, I'd be in trouble. So it's a great jacket from 50 to about 70, 75 degrees. I love it. I also have the liner in, so I shouldn't be complaining, right? Back to the motorcycle, back to the motorcycle. It's just a gorgeous machine. I love the look. You know, the GT look is just fabulous. And I just love what Baxter's has done with it. You know, they've gone a long way to make this thing really nifty. I think I already showed you the tail light. I've got the flashers on so you can see the flashing. You know, that's just superb, superb. And look at this tire. Isn't that a beautiful thing? I like it. Another thing I always like to point out with these bikes, these levers. These are some of my favorite levers on the market. They've got this good sweep to them. They've got this wide area right through here. They're narrow, but yet wide. They've got a good radius corner. They work very well with these Amal style grips. You know, Amal was a company from days gone by, and they made a grip that kind of looked like that. I also like the way they've thrown back to the old starter switch with that red color. You know, just a lot of, you know, it's all modern, but there's also these little tiny deals. Look at these little chrome covers back here. I like it. Hunterceptor in white. You know, everything's all blacked out. This thing is begging for a longer ride. You know what? I'm just the guy to help out. I think I might try to get a few more miles on that. If y'all are interested in something like this, a newer used Royal Enfield Triumph, classic British bike of any type, get yourself over to the Baxter Cycle here in the mighty metropolis of Marnie, Iowa. Or go to baxtercycle.com. Get a hold of Jeremy, he can help you out. They've got everything you need. Parts, accessories, doodads, thingamajigs, sweet googly woogly, they've got it all. Anyway, it's a beautiful day. I'm going to go for a ride. If it's nice where y'all are at, get out and do the same. Wahoo!